What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Espresso, and welcome back to another Black Ops 3 video here today on the channel. Today, we're going to be taking a look at one of the brand new DLC weapons, the Banshii, the pulse shotgun within Black Ops 3 that was introduced this Tuesday as a part of the black market content that drops via supply drops. So, a lot of you guys may have seen this already, some of you guys may have not, some of you guys may even have this weapon, and if you're like me, well, you obviously don't have it because your luck is horrible. That is always my case, but the gameplay you're going to be watching here in the background is by my friend Tasty. He had a nuclear here with this. He's just a freak when it comes to Black Ops 3. He's a ridiculous player and a good longtime friend of mine, so I'll leave his channel link down there in the description below. But today we're going to be talking about a couple of things. Firstly, is it overpowered? Secondly, how does it really stack up against other weapons whenever you're doing things other than getting, say, long-range shots or kills with it? So firstly, the thing that goes along with this, obviously, is the is it OP question. A lot of people have seen gameplay of it and seen the actual range of this thing, and I'm going to tell you straight up, it has infinite range. It can literally go forever or until it hits a wall. So basically a sniper's range on steroids, if you want to call it that. A lot of the times the maps are not large enough for a sniper's range to ever really decrease fully, and there's not really ever any lines of sight that last the entire length of the map. However, if you get a jump shot or something like that with the Banshii, it is something that it will go up until the edge of the map. It will go until it hits a wall, and then since there is no real wall for bullets in this game over boundaries that restrict players' height, that thing can technically go until the end of the rendering distance. But with that said, obviously you're not probably going to be shooting that off into the distance, you're going to be shooting it off at a player, so you can get these ridiculous long shots across the map with it. And as a result, it is something that has warranted that question, is it OP? So honestly, if I were to give you my legitimate answer, my 100% honest answer, at first glance, I think it would be something that it would be considered OP. However, you have to take into effect a couple of things. Firstly, it is a projectile firing weapon, not like a slug round or a pellet firing round where you have a lot more of an open range and close quarters range with that spray. This is literally one direct line. So think of a sniper bullet, but a little bit thicker in terms of how much it can hit. As well, the projectile that it fires is very slow moving. It's not like any other weapon where the bullet goes and travels almost immediately. There's no real delay or anything like that. Something that we'd see, say, bullet dropped, as we've seen on Battlefield or something like that. This is the most delayed shot that you can have in Black Ops 3 or any other Call of Duty for that matter, if I'm honest with you. Yes, it does have incredible range, but if somebody shoots it at you across the map, if you're paying attention, you honestly could probably jump out of the way in time before it ever even got close to you. Another interesting thing to keep in mind is that this thing has zero wall penetration. There's no FMJ for it. There's nothing that you can do bullet penetration with this. As soon as it hits a surface or an enemy, it is completely done and you can't penetrate through whatever surface it has. So therefore, getting a collateral with this thing is literally impossible. As well, a lot of the times, even if you see somebody or know somebody's on the other side of a wall, you won't be able to get them here with that. So I guess the term OP just becomes a relative term and one that is based off of personal preference. Sure, some people could get killed in a dumb manner by this and think it's OP, or maybe it actually is OP. I don't know. That I really want to hear your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. Do you think it's OP or not? But now moving on to the next part, one of these things where we can then compare it to others in a manner that is more comparable rather than, say, seeing a projectile rather than just a bullet. This thing actually stacks up against some score streaks in some really powerful ways as well as just some other not so effective ways. So with that said here, a lot of the air-based streaks really do well with this. You can take them out quite easily, but a lot of the ground-based ones, it's very impractical to go up against a streak like this. Now, this information comes from Reddit by the user ZZPayRI, and this one probably took a little bit of time to compile, so massive shout out to him and his friend that compiled this for it. Linked down there in the description below to the original article with this. But comparing it to the other things, the HCXD takes one shot to destroy. The UAV, as well as care package helicopter, both only take one shot of the Banshii to destroy. The CUAV takes 2 shots, the Dart takes 1, the Hellstorm takes 1 if you can end up hitting the main projectile from that. The Talon takes 1 shot, as well as the GI unit only takes 2 shots. So with that said, that is some pretty crazy stuff in terms of power for that, assuming you can actually angle the projectile well enough and actually hit directly the airstreaks with this. But some of the other things, it just does not make sense to go for here with it. things like the Guardian, that takes 18 shots of the Banshee. As well, the Hardened Sentry takes 18 shots. The Power Core takes 25 shots. The Wraith takes only 3, which is a little bit more than the other airstreaks, but still is a lot in terms of angling it and all that kind of stuff and not getting killed while you're with it. The Raps takes 4 shots. The GI unit Helicopter takes 3, but the one that really gets me is that the Cerberus takes 50 shots to hit and destroy. So the Banshee is definitely not your best bet going up against things like the Cerberus. That's definitely not one that I would waste my ammo on here with it. I'd end up trying to just let my teammate EMP it or something like that, or take your gravity spikes to it, something similar, but that's just crazy. And it really does showcase how this thing really does range in terms of some of the effectiveness in terms of streaks as well as multiplayer. So maybe that adds into your description of OP or not, but some things definitely are a lot more viable and some things are definitely a lot more not worth it in terms of going for it with the Banshee. The one interesting part though from the GI unit is that it's actually very inconsistent with the headshot damage. If you shoot it in the head, it actually takes more headshots to kill than if you do it in the body. So if you're going to take out a GI unit with the Banshee, go for the body, not the head. It'll be a lot more effective. Now finally, things like the Safeguard robot takes 70 shots to kill with this, so again, it's very impractical in that regard, but that's really all that there is to know here out of this in terms of what it stacks up against, I think, with it. But once again, I would love to hear your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. Do you think it's OP? Do you think it's not OP? Do you think it's a cool weapon? Do you hate it? Anything that you have here to say on the Banshee, I would love to hear your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. But that's gonna wrap it up here today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, massive shout out to Reddit and the user ZZPayRI, as well as my good friend Tasty. His link will be down there in the description below, as well as the link to the Reddit thread will be down there as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like down below if you did enjoy, and if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're on that road to 40,000 subscribers, so every little bit does help and is of course greatly appreciated. But might as well be a cool espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.